Welcome to the Near Still Waters podcast, where we journey together towards clarity and calm in the midst of life's storms. Hi, I'm your host, Susie Lubbers, a wife, a life coach, and a mama to 7 amazing grown children. Having homeschooled all of my children, including my special needs child, I've navigated the challenges of raising them and experienced the bittersweet moments of letting go. This journey has not been about teaching academics, but also about discovering how to find peace and purpose through every season of life. You can learn more about me and my mission at nearstillwaters.ca. In this space, we're dedicated to empowering moms. Whether you're in the trenches of homeschooling, navigating special needs parenting, seeking to rediscover your own passions after years of putting others first, you're not alone. Together, we'll explore strategies to bring clarity into the chaos of motherhood and uncover ways to cultivate calm within ourselves, even while accomplishing the hard things. Each episode will share stories, practical tips, inspirational guidance to help you embrace your journey with grace, resilience, and faith. So grab a cup of coffee, take a deep breath, and let's step into a space of learning and growth. Welcome to the Near Still Waters podcast, where your journey to clarity and peace begins.
And how do you make this actually work on a day-to-day basis? Because the planning is one thing, but making it happen is real life hits. That's where the rubber meets the road. Let's talk about making this happen in real life. You know, when the baby's teething and the dog just threw up and your middle schooler can't find any of the schooling things they need, you have to understand energy patterns. You have to begin to realize that your kids are actually humans and they have their needs at special times. And sometimes they have energy and sometimes they don't. Sometimes you have energy and sometimes you don't. You know how some of us are morning people and some, well, let's just say coffee was invented for that reason. Many kids are the same way. You may have a daughter who's like a rocket in the morning, brain firing on all cylinders. But another person or another son, he doesn't fully wake up till 10 o'clock. I had both of those in my family. So here's what we do. We work with these patterns, not against them. For my early bird, we tackle tough stuff first. Math, reading, new concepts, bring it on. But for my sleepy bear, we would start with something gentle, maybe some reading together on the couch or listening to an audiobook while he builded. One mom told me she used to fight with her teenage daughter every morning over writing assignments until she realized, her daughter was a night owl. Now they do their writing in the afternoon. And suddenly, I hate writing meltdowns, they're gone. Let me share a daily rhythm that worked for me. Because I don't really believe that rigid schedules in homeschooling work. In fact, I think they're like trying to herd cats while wearing roller skates. So I would have my morning power hour, whatever we could manage. I tried to get some workout in, get ready, and make a quick check what you're aiming at for the day and make sure everybody's fed. Those are the things. And then we would follow what I call the flow method. High energy times, you would use challenging subjects. Medium energy times, steady familiar work. Low energy times, gentle learning activities. And here's the most important part: permission to pivot. Some days everything goes sideways. The curriculum you spent way too much money on just isn't working. Your child is in tears over math, and that's when you need to remember it's okay to close the books and go play in the backyard. It's okay to declare it's a reading day and snuggle on the couch with hot chocolate. Do you want to hear a favorite emergency reset strategy? Because we all need those breaks in case of a homeschool emergency. So what's a good emergency strategy? You know, when those days when everything's falling apart and you're wondering if the local school is still enrolling. We all have those days. And anyone who says they don't isn't telling the truth. I called these days my panic button protocols. And yes, I kept them written on an actual note in the kitchen, right next to the coffee maker, because that's usually where I would need them the most. So what's a total reset button? Everyone stops what they're doing, put on music, maybe dance together, change location, even if it's just moving to the back porch. I remember one time when we were having that kind of a morning, math was a disaster. Everyone was upset, me included. And then I remembered, hit the reset button. We ended up doing school in a treehouse, and somehow magically, that same math problem that was impossible inside was totally doable outside. What do you do when everything's going wrong? I would suggest audiobooks, and they can count as school. A stack of games that are secretly educational, art supplies for project times, scavenger hunt lists, the science kit you've been saving for a special occasion, because today's the day. And here's the most important part, the permission slip. You could actually even write it out. I, your mom, give us permission to ditch the plan and do what works today. Because sometimes the bravest thing we can do is admit that today's plan is just not happening. Some of my favorite save the day activities were educational escape hatches. These are the things that make your kids think they're getting away with something while you secretly know they're still learning. So, the kitchen classroom rescue. So, baking, it's fractions, it's chemistries, and it's cookies. Making soup, reading recipes and measuring. Creating a restaurant, could be math, writing menus, making change. One mom told me my kid who hated fractions figured out how to double a recipe faster than I could. There's another reset you could do. It's called get out of the house reset. So you could go for a nature walk with a field guide, and that's science. Park meetups with friends, that's good socialization. Library emergency runs can be a lot about literature. Grocery math store games are life skills. And can I tell you a secret? Sometimes my best homeschool days have been the ones where we completely abandoned the original plan. Like the time we spent 2 hours watching birds build a nest outside our window. That turned into a week-long project about birds, architecture, and habitat. Way better than the worksheet that I had planned. We have to remember that we need connection before content. And it's a rule. When everything's going wrong, stop and connect first. Maybe that means reading together under a blanket fort, having hot chocolate while they tell you about their latest Minecraft creation, going for a walk and listening to them talk, playing one round of their favorite game. Last month, one mother's daughter was having the worst time writing her writing assignment. Nothing was working, and they were both frustrated. Then she remembered, connect first. We took a break, sat on the porch swing, and I just asked her to tell me the story she wanted to write. No pressure, no pencils, just talking. You could write it down for her, and then she could realize that she could actually tell the story and go on to maybe writing the story next time. Or maybe telling the story to you would give her inspiration to write it down. These are things that can really help.
Are you navigating the rewarding but challenging journey of homeschooling? Do you sometimes wish for guidance tailored just for you and your family's unique needs? Hi, I'm Susie Lovers, Christian homeschool life coach, and I'm here to help you find clarity and peace in your homeschooling adventure. Join me on my podcast, Near Still Waters, where we explore the joys and hurdles of homeschooling with faith and love at the center. And here's something special just for you. I am offering a free one-on-one coaching session to help personalize your homeschooling experience, ensuring that it aligns with your family's values and goals. Whether you're looking for fresh teaching strategies, need help balancing your day, or want to deepen your self-awareness techniques, I'm here to support you. This is more than just advice. It's about building a community and growing together in faith and knowledge. Spaces are very limited, so don't wait. Visit nearstillwaters.ca or click the link in the episode description to schedule your free session today. Also, I'm offering a $27 course on children's different learning needs. So there's different ways that your children learn, and it's very important for you as a parent to discover what that is. I've created a course with a beautiful, full-fledged e-booklet to go with the course. It's just a mini course. It won't take long to get through, but the knowledge is abundant. Go to nearstillwaters.ca, click on the Unleashing Potential, find Nurturing Your Child's Learning Style. You will be able to download for $27 this small mini course, along with a beautiful workbook that you'll be able to go back to again and again, and you will be able to help your child in a way more effective way as a homeschool parent. This is a must-have for every homeschool parent, all at the low cost of $27. Get your copy today.
Want to hear how to wrap up those rough days in a way that doesn't leave you feeling guilty? Because that's the other piece of this puzzle, taking care of mama's heart. Let's talk about ending those tough days, because how we end them is just as important on how we handle them. And yes, this includes dealing with that mom guilt that loves to creep in at around bedtime. So let's have a sunset reset. Even those days when I felt like I totally bombed at this whole homeschool thing, I would do these. At dinner or bedtime, everyone shares 3 good things from the day. They can be tiny things, even like we had mac and cheese, and mom has to play too. Some days, I'll be honest, when I was sitting there thinking good things, everything went wrong. But then my youngest would pipe up with, "Mom laughed," when she spilled the cup of coffee, or "We saw a cool bug." And suddenly I realized that maybe the day wasn't a total crash after all. And then in the evening, you can make a peace plan. So maybe 15 minutes of tidy up. Set a timer. When it rings, you're done. Lay out some things for tomorrow, maybe your books, or maybe just one thing, whatever you can do. Put away the lessons plan. Yes, physically put away the lesson plans. And then do one small thing that will make tomorrow easier. One mom in a group that I belonged to sets out coffee cups and breakfast bowls each night. She says, "It's not much, but walking into a kitchen that looks like it's expecting us makes the morning feel more manageable." Can we talk about social media for a moment? Those perfect homeschool posts we see at the end of the day, they're highlight reels, not reality checks. Nobody posts pictures of the math meltdown or the writing assignment that turned into a paper airplane. Want me to share my favorite end of the day self-care strategies? Because taking care of ourselves isn't selfish. It's how we show up better for tomorrow. Let's talk about the real self-care. And I don't mean bubble baths and fancy face masks. I'm talking about the real kind of self-care that keeps us sane when we're with our kids 24/7. I have a mama maintenance plan because we need maintenance too. There's the evening power downs. Make sure you set a time that's cut off for homeschool talk. I always want it to be done by 7, if at the worst, 8 p.m. at night. There would be no curriculum shopping after 8 p.m. Your phone would be do not disturb, so you couldn't look at those homeschool Facebook groups because they'll still be there tomorrow. But do you want to know what my biggest self-care breakthrough was? Learning to say, "I need a minute." Right in the middle of the day, when everyone's asking questions and the dog's barking and I can feel my blood pressure rising, I'd say, "Mama needs a minute." So you can go into the bathroom for a quick hideout. Sometimes I would arrive early at activities so I could just sit in silence. The mom's having coffee on the porch signal means don't interrupt me unless there's blood. The headphone tricks works also. Sometimes I wouldn't even be listening to anything. It just reduced the noise. One mom told me that she has her special mom's thinking chair in her kitchen. Her kids know that when she's in that chair, they have to write down their questions instead of asking rapid fire. She says she gets about 5 minutes of peace before someone has an emergency, like running out of grape jelly. Wake up 15 minutes before the kids, even if it's just to drink a cup of coffee and do a short meditation. Maybe leave out the social media so you don't get involved in that before you start your day. And one positive affirmation, like, we can do this together. Homeschool mom friends are important. It's important for them to share their daily disasters and their daily victories. Sometimes just knowing we're not the only ones in pajamas at 12 o'clock can make all the difference. Should I share how you can build your own support system? Because having your people makes the journey so much better. You can have an inner circle. It'd be like a homeschool friend that you can count on time and again. It's important to have a veteran homeschool mom that you can say, is this normal? Or ask questions, what she went through when she was having her problems. Maybe have one non-homeschool friend so you can just talk about the normal things of life. Finding these people isn't about joining every homeschool group in a 50-mile radius. It's about making genuine connections. Sometimes our best homeschool friend is that mom whose kid also collects rocks and talks about Minecraft nonstop.